Hi guys! So as you can tell by my bare upper shoulders and this risque looking gray top, today we're going to do a makeup transformation inspired by Emily from The Corpse Bride. Yes, we're going to do another Emily makeup. A lot of you guys have been requesting this makeup for so long, so I decided to finally do it. I recently watched the movie and forgot how cute, romantic, and adorable it is. And of course it's Tim Burton. I mean, I really want to. So let's see if we could do this creepy, decrepit, adorable woman from The Corpse Bride. Putting my hair up in a wig cap because we're definitely going to put it in a wig later with some bobby pins to make sure it's secure in place. This outfit top that looks very low cut is the actual entire Halloween costume set of The Corpse Bride. First using an astringent or toner to make sure my skin is squeaky clean. And then I am going to do a few layers of glue stick on my eyebrows to make them flat, block them out, with layers of powder in between. This is going to give us a flat surface so that we can apply makeup over it and it'll look like our eyebrows didn't even exist. One of my absolute favorite tricks ever, the purple glue stick is a lot better because it cancels out darker eyebrow hairs. Depending on the thickness of your eyebrows, you want to do 2 or 3 layers of this. Between every layer of glue stick and powder, you want to make sure it's completely dry before you go on to the next step. Because once your eyebrows are completely dry, we're going to get a white eyeliner pencil and sketch out Emily the Corpse Bride's eyes, a little line where her nose is, and like the lines where her lips have laugh lines or frown lines. And on my neck, I'm sketching out a thinner neck as well, going over my shoulders to make them lower too. Now you could totally skip this step, but I wanted to make sure that the highlight points on her face and body were really highlighted, so I did some white aqua paint on the highlighted points on her face, shoulders, and chest. Wherever you think the sun would hit it, even though she's like in complete darkness most of the movie and, you know, dead. Then I'm getting this light blue aqua paint. It's going to be like the color of the sky on a bright sunny day. I'm using a damp Beauty Blender dupe that I just have for aqua paints. You can use a damp makeup sponge or a paintbrush depending on what you're comfortable with. I use a damp sponge. You have to work really fast with this or else you'll leave blotchy marks all over your face, but it leaves a more even layer in my opinion and what I'm more comfortable with using. But yes, you want to do that all over the face, down the skinny neck that you drew on, and on the shoulders and chest and everything. I have to tell you, the chest and the shoulders is the hardest part to paint because it's such a big surface area that there's a bigger chance of it getting blotchy edges, but that's fine because we are going to buff in other colors and highlights and shadows on this area as well. Don't forget your ears. In between this light blue body paint, you really want to do some powder. And then I'm getting some matte blue eyeshadow and buffing that around those big eyes that we drew on earlier. Make sure you don't do it in those white circles, but we're gonna have it like a darker color near the rim of those circles and then buff it out to the light blue skin tone that we just painted on. And once you buff in that matte blue eyeshadow, we're going to buff in some black matte eyeshadow on top very lightly. You don't want to have it pitch black, but we're going to give it this dusty blue color. So you can alternate between the black eyeshadow and the blue eyeshadow and really control where you want different hues of blue at. Now with the navy blue eyeliner pen, we're going to draw on Emily's eyebrows that are very thin and very expressive. If you do not have a navy blue eyeliner, you can definitely use just a blue eyeliner and then some black eyeshadow on top of that to make a darker blue color. I love these eyebrows because they remind me of Cirque du Soleil, and with that same eyeliner pen I am doing some eyelashes, but I only did like 3 of them because I decided to move on to another step instead and do those later after we paint on the eye. Instead, I did those slash marks where her nose is supposed to be. It kind of reminds me of a skull nose bone area. I think that's what they were going for when they designed this character of Emily Corpse Bride. And then I did the mark on the side of her face where we're going to paint in like that hole in the side of her cheek. And on the top of her forehead, I did some rough marks of like cracks where her skin is crackling and decaying. Fixing that nose area as well. Then I got a stipple sponge and some gray cream paint where I did on top of those crack areas because I want it to be faded, like dying skin. I mean, she's called the Corpse Bride, of course. And then alternate with the black and do this on the side of her cheek, like where the contour is going to be, and around that side area of the hole on the side of her face, and near where her laugh lines would be. I'm also doing the stipple marks where her collarbone shadow would be and on the side of one of her arms where it's like decaying near her armpit. Decaying is a wonderful word and I absolutely love it and it's perfect to describe this woman. This movie was so cute. Only Tim Burton can make dying death Cute. Doing more gray shadows on the other armpit. Then I got some white cream paint with my fingers and did some highlight points where we did those highlight marks when we start off with the aqua paint. That's why I said that was optional, because we're gonna do highlights anyways later. Sometimes I just do excessive things without thinking because I'm just having fun with makeup. And doing some contouring on my chesticles, like, you know, that booby area. Now getting some white cream paint and painting on the bones of Emily's arm. You could have totally left this area of your arm completely bare and painted on top, but I forgot that I should paint a bone there for some reason, so I'm just painting it over the blue. Did some black marks where it separates the bone. Did some more contour marks with some blue eyeshadow on the decaying armpits. Then got some aqua black paint and painted around that bone area so that it blends into our black backdrop. And this will really make the bone stand out, so if you don't have a black backdrop, I would still do this because it just makes the arm look cool, that arm bone. Then got some blue aqua paint and started painting around my neck and shoulders. And got some more black aqua paint and alternated layers between the blue paint, more towards the back of our shoulders coming forward, because this is the color of her wig that we're going to put on later, and it's going to really fade into the wig and make it look like it's part of it, so that her shoulders look like they're smaller than my natural shoulders originally were. I know it's hard to describe, but it's going to give it a very cartoon effect with this slender neck. You can even carve out your arms to be smaller with the black paint. Got some more blue eyeshadow and did more shadowing around the chest area. Now I'm just painting in that hole in the side of her face with some white for some teeth and some black for shadow around that teeth and like more of a whole hollowness in the side of her face. Now it's time for the lip color and to extend her lips further than my original lip is. I'm using this Kat Von D liquid lipstick in this lavender color. And not using one, not two, but 3 lipstick colors. I really wanted to stay true to Emily Corpse Bride's lip color in the movie, and she has very cartoon purple but kind of pink tone lips. They kind of look like inflated Barbie lips. And this 3rd lip color is definitely more of a bright violet color. Now it's time to paint in her giant bulbous eyes. I am getting some white cream paint and painting in those huge eyes that we outlined before. It's very, very hard and difficult to try to make a perfect circle, especially with any type of paint and cream paint, but you want to set it after you do this cream paint with some translucent powder just to make sure it doesn't crease or cake up on you. That's why I waited till last step towards to do the eyes, because they are most likely to crease in any area on your face. Now with some black cream paint and a very thin brush, I'm going to paint the eyelashes on Emily and outline those eyes. She has very thick animated cartoon eyelashes. They're thicker towards her eyeball and then go out towards a point. And then some areas are more like a thick square type of eyelash. Then I'm going to paint on her black little beady pupils. Emily has a side-eye googly type of look where she's staring off into space or at Victor himself, which was very, very, very difficult to do. I kept taking pictures in between and taking the pupil off, then putting it back on. So you really have to get it precise, especially with cartoon characters. I always say this. It seems like it's going to be easier makeup because it's less steps, and that's the thing. With clean lines, you have to make sure you get it exact with cartoons. One little mistake and you could ruin the whole thing and it won't look like the cartoon or the character. But once I got those pupils painted on point, we are going to put on Emily's wig and this very cute decrepit looking veil with the flowers on top that came with the costume. It'd be really awesome if I could make this myself, but I just used what was in the costume kit. I would really love to make one myself someday. And that is our finished makeup look of Emily from the movie The Corpse Bride. Tim Burton inspired makeup. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I had so much fun doing this. I love doing cartoon animated things sometimes. Very bold makeups with bright colors. Well, this one's a more dead, faded makeup color look. But I had so much fun doing this. Leave me a comment down below on what other Tim Burton makeup I should do. And now it is time to take this off. This was so hard to take off because it was so much body painting. I still have black streaks on my arms, even though I showered like 3 times since I've painted this on my body. I'm that dedicated. It looks like I was probably in a car wreck or something, but I don't care. The amount of baby wipes taking this off on camera was a lot, so I just headed straight into the shower after this. That's what you should do probably, right away. All the products I use in this video will be listed down below in the description box as always. But if you guys do any of my makeups, please tag me on Instagram, #catsketch, or send it to me any way possible. I would love to see it. I absolutely love seeing your guys' makeups that you do of mine. It just warms my heart on the inside. And I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye!